Hi there. In the last video we have covered the way that you can create materials and assign them to your model. And if you look at our material, it's pretty easy to understand. It's pretty straightforward. And then when we look at our node editor, it's way too complex. It's not really easy to understand how it works unless you just try to meet your connections and guess what it is. We'll stick to the same material that we've used in the previous section. Now we're starting from scratch. Rectangles, say meter, so we see a buffer here, and same thing here. Now I'm not going to make serious decisions inside this node graph, because if I try to continue making this node graph happening, I will get into trouble when it becomes too complex. So let's try to add some prefabs. Prefab. So the reason I put this name is that I'm going to create separate kinds of facade tiles in order to sort them in this particular entire facade. So I make several copies of this. So I'm not going to make a copy, I'm going to create a new one. Now let's focus on this particular prefab creation. When we create a tile of facade, ensure that you want to create a certain size of a tile, which is 300 and 300. We see that our balcony looks pretty strange right now. I will add a separate material for this, which is just a blank material with a color assigned to it. I've already cheated you a little bit by adding this node here. This is a prefab loader and all values now added here. If I don't add this once, this whole thing will not work. Which is important about this method is that I simplified my graph a lot. So what I have now, I have an entire facade with this size, and now I have sidebars, and then I have places where I can load my prefabs. Actually, this facade tile will be a top, and we will group this together, try and make it all together the way that it follows. It's worth adding some blank material. We'll try to add our levels material, which is blank for right now. And the reason is that you will have to update it manually. This video is all about adding prefabs, so let us assign some materials to our entire facade. If your material gone missing like mine, you just can go to your slate material and replace it with the same one. You can also push this button. After this is just the only matter of assigning a proper material ID to a model. Let's try to do this. If you want to add a material to our side balconies bottoms, this is just easy. So you can create all the same geometry node, connect it to a corresponding tile, like here, and trying to seek for a proper material. The most important thing that I want to mention here is that you have to save your work constantly. This material has a better proportion to fill this kind of shape. Before ending this lesson, I want to explain you how you can save your materials. Now I'm gonna make my new material library, which can be on my desktop. New library, okay. And then if I want to save my material, I just click and drag inside of it. And if I want to override this, I can do it this way. And then I need to save it. And it's now ready to be used elsewhere. This is the end of our second tutorial about assigning materials to our buildings. Next time we will discuss the different approaches to create prefabs. We will also cover how to add a custom geometry to our models. Thanks.